Hello and welcome to Badminton Weekly. On this week's episode, we look back at a memorable Petronas Malaysia Open where the players and pairs reach personal milestones in their careers. Kunlavut Vitidsarn collected his first ever Super 1000 title and rewrote history by becoming the first men's singles player from Thailand to win the Malaysia Open in 64 years. The 24-year-old who made it his challenge to win all 4 Super 1000s in 2026 needs a few tweaks in his game to achieve further success, according to Kirsty Gilmer.
I really like that Kunlavut has set this as a challenge for himself. I think it's realistic. I think he has the quality to do it. One big challenge will be to stay uninjured and to stay healthy because all 4 tournaments are quite spread across the year. It's a great challenge. It's ambitious. The fact that he says he wants to be in the final of all 4 1000s, I think is realistic, and it will require so much quality across the season, but I like that he's stating it out loud and he wants it known that this is his goal for the year. No men's singles player got the quadruple wins in the top 1000, so it'd be super interesting if he can manage to do that this year. So I think when it comes to Vitidsarn, I think it's just undeniable that he is just a natural with a racket. He looks the most natural holding a racket, and it does exactly what he wants it to do. The natural parts, the reading of the game, the court coverage, the racket skills, he makes it look effortless, and I think that can be quite disconcerting to an opponent. I think it's tough to play against someone that looks like they're walking around the court, and we've seen it from the greats in the past. We've seen Lin Dan make it look effortless, Lee Chong-wei makes it look like he's wandering around, he's on a Sunday stroll. So I think Kunlavut kind of has that similar vibe, and saying that it's always his skills that are just so silky smooth, but also his stamina. I saw it written that he's like a 3-set god or something like that, and I think that's really what sees him through these tough tournaments all year round. I know that Vitidsarn has worked on his net approach recently. He's being a lot more kind of attacking from the net, or kind of early and dominating from the net. I would really love to see him recognise a couple more attacking opportunities, and they're not necessarily like all-out smashes, but just those little areas where he could gain that 1% extra that he needs to beat top players like Xu Yuqi. And apparently he recently had a dinner with Lee Chong-wei, and he said something similar, so I feel quite validated in my opinion on this one. So just a couple more kind of quick takes or attacking opportunities from Vitidsarn would be what could tip the scales to take wins against Xu Yuqi and the top players. Yeah, I think it's really great that he started off the year, as he means to go on. He's done what he wanted to do. I think it kind of bolsters him going forward in the year, because he's been so kind of forthright in saying that this is what he wants. I think it's a really good, solid start to the year for Vitidsarn, and it's going to be super interesting to follow and see if he can keep it going with the other 3 big major tournaments in the tour calendar.
Aside from Xu Yuqi's retirement during the men's singles match, finals day inside Axiata Arena was dominated by the world number 1s. An Se-young was the standout among the top seeds when she clinched a 3rd consecutive Malaysia Open title, an achievement previously held by Tai Tzu-ying from 2017 to 2019. Here's what the Korean star and the rest of the world number 1s say about their first title of the year.
Yeah, I feel amazing. So this is Malaysia Open is my 3rd title, and and good start is New Year. So I'm so happy.
일단 너무 힘들지만 그래도 제가 할 수 있는 한 최선을 다할 거고요. 올해도 저의 모든 것을 쏟아부어서 좋은 타이틀을 계속 얻을 수 있도록 해야 될 것 같아요. 새로운 기록을 세운다는 건 절대 생각하지 않을 것입니다.
Yesterday I talked if to the win I can interview of English, so this is beautiful game. I think today the Korean players is very good. Korean every players defense is very good, and we today also play good. And we prepare for a long time, and you can talk about revenge. Tour final lose, and this time we want to win. And today we did it, and thanks my partner, thanks coach, and thank myself.
오늘 경기도 쉬울 거라고 생각하지 않고 상대가 워낙 또 컨트롤이 좋고 또 코트 활용 범위가 넓기 때문에 좀 많이 뛰어야 된다라는 생각을 했었고 또 안에서도 많은 고비 순간이 있었지만 또 승경이랑 같이 서로 대화하면서 했던 게 또 좋은 결과로 이어졌던 것 같습니다. 우선은 저희가 할 수 있는 지금 플레이가 그거밖에 없었다고 생각을 하고 좀 더 공격적으로 했었어야 되는데 그렇게 못하고 수비랑 이제 저희가 중간에서 앞에서 좀 타이트하게 움직이려고 했던 것 같아요.
其实没有太多的关注这个记录，所以我们觉得还是我们专注自己，然后加上今天其实比赛每站的比赛，包括今天的比赛，我们都遇到了不小的困难，然后其实我们在场面上也不是说特别的优势，还是大家双方都发挥得非常好。
So it's business as usual for the world number ones. But for some seeded players and pairs, the Petronas Malaysia Open has been a difficult outing. They suffered an unexpected loss in the earlier stages and look far from their usual best in Kuala Lumpur. Kirsty Gilmer explains why these big names are struggling in their first Super 1000.
So I think what we're seeing in these kind of surprise wins, surprise losses in this year's Malaysia Open. So we had Lee Chuk Yu beat Christo, we had Ben and Sean beat Go and Noor, Melissa and Febriana from Indonesia beat Pearly and Tina, Osawa and Tanabe beat Kim and Kong, and Smith and Guy over Go and Lei. So those were the kind of surprising ones. And I think in each of those cases, apart from the men's doubles, Ben and Sean versus Go and Noor, but in each of those cases, I think it's a little bit of fatigue for the top seeds. All of those people were involved in the World Tour finals, so you know it's a very quick turnaround. I know it's the end of one year and the start of a new year, but it's essentially 2.5 weeks to get home, to get settled, and for the European players to get back to Asia. So it is a tough turnaround. But I think in the case of Ben and Sean in the men's doubles, I think they're just on the comeback warpath. You know, Ben had ankle surgery late last year, so I think he's doing a great job of rehabbing and getting fully back up to speed. So I think they perhaps have a little bit of freshness in them and they're ready to get back into tournaments, and they've showed that with some great performances in this Malaysia Open. But Lee Chuk Yu's win over Christo, I think he was, at the end of last year, he was rehabbing his ankle and, you know, slowly getting back. So, I mean, it looks like he's really back up to speed, and we always know Lee Chuk Yu can perform at that high world-class level, and to do it after a rehab period and to go straight back in with those, you know, high-level performances, I think is really, really impressive. He saw an opportunity with Christo and he took it, and it was not an easy match. So that's really nice to see him kind of back in those battles. And also, I'm going to say the Americans in Smith and Guy, they're always in these tournaments, and they, you know, sometimes they have some good wins, but I don't think they've had that like big win. So I'm really, really happy to see them like really turn the tide on that one and take that opportunity, because they are a quality pair. So it's really nice to see them start this year off with a really, really good big win, and I hope it's the sign of things to come. Yeah, so for the top seeds that kind of underperformed at Malaysia Open, I think they need to reflect and adjust very quickly. There is a long way to go in 2026. We have just started. It's a new, fresh world tour, but the year can get away from you quickly. So I think they need to kind of find themselves, get themselves together, whether it's singles players or the doubles players. I think they really need to go away and regroup quickly, get some good training in, get their confidence back, and then start again in India and kind of put Malaysia behind them, just resetting and going again. I think that'll be super important for them between Malaysia and India Open.
Another surprising result at the Malaysia Open came from Jesper Toft and Emily Magellan. They defeated France #1 pair Tom Jekyll and Delphine Delroux in the first round. The Danes also reached a career-first Super 1000 semi-final by taking out defending champions Dechapol Pravaranakrul and Supisara Puesampran. We sat down with Jesper Toft in Kuala Lumpur to discuss their remarkable run.
I mean, we knew that we have 2 chances before the match, but I mean, it was a close match. Me and Amalie was very satisfied with going out with the victory in 3 sets. I think the key thing is that we always know our game plan against them, and if we play well, they have really difficult by playing us. So I mean, that's the key. For me and Amalie, the main thing is to have focus on what happens on our own side, because every time you play Tom and Phil, they are really mentally, and they bring a lot of emotions and feelings to the game. But I mean, being able to be calm and just focus on what stays on your side is the important thing. Throughout the last game, we were behind, but the rallies were good. We were playing well. So I mean, the main thing was just to keep telling that we were doing the right things. Even though you were behind 7-1, I mean, you could still have the chances. The only thing is that if you have to execute them. And it turned around, and it turned out really close in the end, actually. And I mean, keep believing that we could win. I mean, when it's so close, you just have to believe that you will go all the way. And I mean, your feelings are all over the court, and it's real difficult to control them. But if you keep believing, then everything is possible. Being able now to beat Dechapol and South Pakistan, that was really amazing. The good thing is that we actually played quite well. I agree on that, and our coach Thomas was agreeing on that. The bad thing that was that the score was 15-14 compared to how well we played. You have to take your hat off for the Chinese pair, Jiang and Wei. They are world class, and they showed us today, and they made it really difficult to us to score against them. Now it's our first time in a Super 1000 semi-final, so I mean, it is, as we said, it is huge for us. But right now we have just lost, so I mean, take some days off, and maybe when we arrive in India, we will talk about how big this result was for us, because it is. And I don't think that you can say we was ready for this, because it's a huge thing, and all the feelings that comes to your mind when you go in a semi-final. I mean, you are one match away from the final, and then now ending up losing quite well. I can fairly say that. So if I keep working hard, I will get the chances, and if I'm lucky or if I'm good, I will someday make it. But yeah, the most important thing is to keep believing and train hard and also train smart.
That's it from us. The HSBC BWF World Tour is in New Delhi this week for the Yonex Sunrise India Open, where An Se-young aims to defend another title. You can monitor her progress and other results from the Super 750 event by downloading our BWF app, Badminton for You. As always, let us know your thoughts, comments, and questions on our Facebook and YouTube pages. See you next week.